Alright, we're just going to ignore how just raggedy I look. So, welcome to TeleInnovator, and this is the PI forward, as I decided to call it, for just the videos and the channel itself and all the stuff that I'm doing on other channels too. And so I wanted to discuss what the videos will be like going forward. Roll the intro. Welcome back. And so on this channel, I've talked about innovation, polymathy, creating your own education. I've interviewed polymaths. I've done a whole lot of different things. I've even done some tech reviews too, and some software reviews. And I'm going to keep doing a lot of that anyways. But I wanted to kind of discuss what I'm going to plan on doing going forward and how the channel is going to evolve and all the other video stuff that I'm going to be doing as well. So this is stemming from this idea where the PI Forward series, this is actually the only video I've made in that series, but I figured if I'm making a post about videos, then I should make a video. And so the Linus Tech Trip channel made a video when they were going into their new facility, their new location where they could start moving into. It's a much bigger facility and it's like right next door to their previous building. Point is, they go into the building and it's kind of just like an off-the-cuff video where they're just talking about what they're going to be doing with the building, the channel going forward. And I liked how it was kind of like a future perspective, not a retrospective, but a future perspective, where it's like looking forward what's going to happen. And that's what kind of also inspired the series too, the PI Forward, because I've talked a lot about the videos or the blog post and all these different subsections of the poly and content ecosystem, if you will. But I haven't done it in a while, and I haven't done it in a very short time span where I can just talk about everything. And so that's why I made this series. I haven't actually explained the series before in a video, so I wanted to talk about it just for a second. Now, the future of this channel, it's going to change. And actually, let me talk about the number one change first. My meta niche has always been polymathy. People who are multidisciplinary, multi-experts, multi-passionate. And that's not going to change per se, but my focus is going to be knowledge management for polymaths. And by kind of shifting the focus there, I'm still going to be able to talk about polymaths, still going to interview polymaths. That doesn't change. But the branding and marketing will change because knowledge management has been what I've been doing anyways. All this Notion content that I've made, all the modular degree content, and even just the templates that I've released have all been around knowledge management. So my first phase of content was around the modular degree, this do-it-yourself education system or framework that I created. And in doing so, that's what got me into knowledge management. And then I started creating this poly and content ecosystem database and templates for people to use. And from that input and output, I was able to create this holistic system. The PIOS, the Poly-Innovation Operating System. It is an operating system, an OS for your life. And beyond just what a second brain can do, or even just a traditional life OS, this new system allows for polymaths to really organize their lives too. Sure, specialists and anybody else could use it too. It's not actually just for people who are multidisciplinary, but I made it for people like us. And this knowledge management has been what a lot of my focus has talked about in the Omniblog and on TeleInnovator, all the different content I've been making. So I really wanted to shift the marketing towards that. And so this channel is going to change because of that too. While I'm still going to do the interviews, I'm still going to talk about polymathy, I'm still going to make knowledge management content, it's going to be a lot more focused on that, and I think it's going to help with growth too. And so that way, you still get to see all the stuff you wanted to see, but you get to see more stuff at that point. Now, when it comes to phases, what are phases, right? Phases are what I call the focuses of that time period. And so my first phase was around basically knowledge management, but in particular the modular degree. Second phase ended up becoming the interviews, although the next phase after that really is the swimming stuff. And while I still need to do that, I'm still working on the book, I'm still working on the courses, and I'll make some videos around it too, just to kind of market the book and courses. But that's my next phase. That's what I'm really kind of working on right now. After that, this particular year, all these different tools came out for content repurposing, like Opus Clip, for example. And I started working with them, and I started, reviewing these different tools and talking about these different tools. And I'm going to keep doing that because I really love this content repurposing arm that's been growing this year. It was going to be the next phase. It was going to be what I was going to do next, but it ended up having to come out because there was just all these new tools coming out. No one was talking about them. That was a blue ocean that I couldn't ignore. So I realized this particular year had to be a multi-phase year. I had to do my normal knowledge management polymath pillar, the swimming pillar, and then the content repurposing stuff as well, which is why the gaming content had to get kind of put on hold too, because I was already focusing on 3 things. And so that's why this channel video I felt really needed to be made, because there's a lot going on. And even if I'm having a hard time explaining it, I know that people watching the channel and wondering what the heck is going on in the back end. That's why I wanted to make it, because I think it's really helpful as a viewer to be able to know that. So yes, I'm going to make some swimming content here and there, not a big deal. I'm going to keep probably doing some reviews for different software products and probably a few tech products here and there. I don't do them very often, but I feel like I have a unique perspective. I can offer, something to the audience. So those are some side videos I'll do. Probably not really make it much of a series, but you'll see them. But the most thing you're going to see is this knowledge management for polymaths, and then more than likely interviews. Now, here is what I've been doing. I've been doing the interviews for the Polymath Polycast, where I interview people who are polymathic and multidisciplinary, generalists, that kind of thing. And I've been doing round 2 interviews, which are kind of new, but again, kind of the same format, same thing. But I am going to do something new, creator interviews. And this is where I kind of change it up a little bit. It's going to be a little bit shorter, hopefully. And the creator interviews are just me talking about content creation. And they're going to be part of that Poly Content Digest arm of PolyInnovator, where it's like the content repurposing arm. And that's really going to be exciting. So I'm going to actually start doing that this week and next week, and I'll start getting those out too. And that's really exciting. And see, that's something I haven't talked about on this channel at all. So TeleInnovator before was just basically modular degree and interviews. That's all it really was. And I've done a few reviews here and there. And then after that, I realized that the gaming channel needed to be separate. I really wanted PolyInnovator's channel, the TeleInnovator channel, to encompass all the different arms that happen with PolyInnovator. Like the content repurposing is kind of something that deserves its own channel, but I really still feel like it goes into the TeleInnovator channel just fine. It still kind of relates to what I talk about a lot. My swimming videos, again, probably need to be on its own channel, but I'm not going to make enough of them to really warrant that, so I'm just going to put it on the main channel. Interviews, main channel. Modular degree, main channel. Knowledge management is the main channel. But gaming, I was already going to do a generalist approach to the gaming channel anyways, and I was like, okay, this needs to be something separate. I'm still working on the videos for that channel, the State of Decay stuff right now. After that, I'll probably move on to another game, maybe do some reviews, or maybe do some previews, I don't know, some before you buys like Game Ranks makes or something like that. And since there's a lot going on already, I figured having a separate channel to be kind of divergent on is helpful. So that's the second kind of future of videos for an ecosystem of content that I'm making, and I'm really excited about that. And ironically, there's 4 phases, right? These 4 phases are the knowledge management for polymaths, the swimming stuff, content repurposing through that digest, and then the gaming. So all 4 phases are what I'm working on this year. And I put off gaming a little bit, but I've been trying to at least keep it afloat a little bit. At the very least, I've been doing short form content pretty much every day since I started doing the channel this year. So, that's a whole nother thing when it comes to the main PolyInnovator short form content, but we'll get into that in a second. What's really cool is that I know it seems like I'm spreading myself too thin, and I understand that, and I understand that I really kind of am, but I needed all of them to build up, at least a little bit this year. I needed some kind of progress in all of them, because with the swimming newsletter, it's helping me get through the book. Eventually I'll finish it. I keep talking about it, I keep saying it, I just need to get down and dirty, get my hands in there, and finish. Once I finish the book, it's going to be kind of like the first phase, where once I release the modular degree template, I kind of finished that phase, because right now I can't do anything more with it, and it actually kind of expanded beyond that, beyond just the learning, but doing knowledge management as a whole, because that shift of focus allowed me to understand that's what the next phase, but that's what the next meta niche needed to be, because I had that experience already. And once I'm ready, or once I have enough people around me, I'll make an actual modular degree platform for people to use, and then that phase can come back. But for now, at least for a few years, I don't think I'm going to be able to do that, so it's going to be put on hold. Or at the very least, I might upgrade the template or release the template on other platforms, stuff like that. I can expand it, but not that much. So that phase is set for now. The next phase, the swimming stuff, the book and course. Those are the next steps. Can't really do much about the course just yet because the pool is closed in the winter, and on top of that too, I don't want to work on the course until I finish that book. And so that's kind of where I'm at. Once I finish that book though, I really don't have to get the course out for a while, and I can just kind of focus on marketing the book and keep talking about the book and keep making newsletters for it. Because honestly, the newsletters, yes, it's work every week to do, but it's not that hard. I'm going to be working on it right after this video, for example. I'm going to crank it out, and it's going to be easy because I love teaching swimming. I went swimming for the first time in ages last night because, you know, it's wintertime, it's cold, and it's fresh in my mind. It's going to be smooth. So I'll continue that newsletter even when that phase is quote-unquote done, just like I kept talking about the modular degree even though that phase was done. So once I get the book out, I can kind of put a cap on it for now and call it a day, just like the modular degree phase. Cool. The Poly and Content Digest series, that's actually kind of expanding. Like, I honestly thought that it was going to be kind of tame, but it ended up kind of exploding more than I thought. I became a brand partner with Opus Clip, for example, because of it. I started doing more reviews, kept getting requests for more reviews. I'll probably keep doing reviews too. And it's one of those things where I found that the reviews are great, but the actual content itself, the actual newsletter series, is where I'm at. I don't know why I'm talking about this on a videos thing, but because the next thing is like doing these creator interviews. Those are the videos I'm going to make from that series. I'm probably going to put the reviews on hold for now. And then finally, the next arm, the gaming stuff. I put that on hold all year, and I really wanted to work on it, but I just couldn't have the bandwidth for it, especially since I got sick. So my point is, once those two phases kind of calm down, then I can focus on the main two, the gaming and the knowledge management for polymaths, and just have those as my dual focus, like a double helix, and the other two can kind of be put off to the side. I'll still work on them, but not nearly as much effort as the main two. And that's going to lead to a lot of growth. And that's why I'm really excited for the future of the videos, more so than even probably the blog, because the videos are where it's going to be at. Let me get to the next step here, because the next step is the short form content, because I've been doing daily content for months, if not at least most of this year at this point. Because once I got to Opus Clip and just being able to make clips finally from all the interviews, I have enough clips to last me until February, and I'm posting 7 clips a day. It's ridiculous. It's a lot of work to actually schedule it all out, but I need to catch up to my modern episodes. And so what I've been doing is just been cranking them out as much as possible. I've been doing 7 podcast clips a day, but then 1 non-clip, which are just from videos like this, or maybe some random like video I made or something like that. And then I've been doing 1 gaming clip on TikTok a day, and then on the YouTube and Instagram for the gaming channel on there as well. TikTok's just kind of a catch-all though. And so I've been doing a lot of clips every day, and I think that I'm going to keep doing that. As much as it's kind of hard, it's like I gotta do it. I've been seeing a lot of growth on the channels from that short form content, and once I go in, what's going to be really interesting is that the content links feature on YouTube will allow me to take those interview clips and direct people to the interview, but I'm going to have to go into every single clip and do it that way, which is going to be a little bit hard, but it'll be worth it. And so once I do that too, that's going to be a huge growth curve, I feel like. And combining all these together really leads this exciting venture for the future of TeleInnovator. I'm really excited for it, and I think that the more I make these videos, the more I get comfortable on camera again, when I get a better camera too, because I look like crap in this camera. I think part of it's just like the yellow tint to it, and it's just probably because of the stream cam being a little bit more yellow centric. But once I kind of improve all of this, it's just going to get better and better, and it's exciting, and I get to share that excitement as a creator to you too, the viewer. So I hope that you're excited with me, and let's check it out. Thank you.